Hey there. So, I've been working again, getting ready to build my next build, which I think is going to be a restaurant. I don't know. I tried building a couple of things in creative, and the palette that I have keeps coming up with things that don't really look like restaurants. So, it is my goal for this episode, and I've done a little bit of prep work. Oh, I was supposed to look out when I was up there. So I made an area right there. I do still have to finish because I want it to be lower than where the sawmill is, but higher than this. So I'm going to work on start with working on that. I've been grinding a lot of trees. I've got almost a full double chest of dark oak, and now I should be approaching that with spruce. In a second I'll show you the build palette for the restaurant. So I have warped stems and dark oak logs, which I will likely use some stripped variants. That is basically what I'm planning on the outside being, like this and this. Maybe this and this. I'm not 100% positive. Inside, one of the things I've been working on is I built a sheep farm. So that's something I'm going to have to go in the book and fix. We'll take a look in there in just a second. May be able to look out over there and see I built something else, which is a small kelp farm. Not a very large one. It's only really it doesn't even supply enough actually to keep a single smoker going. So if we look, it's not very big, but it goes down, I believe 26 blocks, which is all the farther kelp will ever grow is 26. And actually I think I went 27 to make sure that it was good. But you can see it's not even going right now. So there is... Oh, and while I was building it, we got some skeleton horses, which is pretty exciting. I killed one of them by accident when I was trying to kill the skeletons that were on top. I leaded them up right here, and I've just left them. The kelp farm, I used a daylight sensor and a observer, so that the farm goes off and a repeater, so that the farm only goes off twice a day. Because otherwise it was like triggering like every minute, and that was too much and really wasn't producing anything. I think the pistons were actually causing it to not produce anything. So I've used the kelp many times. This chest has been nearly full twice. Right here, this is how I can feed the smoker. And then there's a bubble column that brings the kelp up and brings it into these chests here. Yeah. Most likely, let me see, are we close to? No, we're not really close to seeing a trigger, so we'll maybe come back and take a look at that again later. Anyways, plan on using red carpet as part of the build palette. That is going to be the carpet. Oh, and I was going to grab the light gray carpet, or light gray wool, because I want that, I think, to be the ceiling. Not 100% positive that will be the ceiling, but I think that will be a pretty decent one. And then, let me see. I actually thought that I had planned this out a little bit more. Let me stop recording and I will be back in just a minute. Okay, so here were the other two things I'm planning on using. I'm planning on using some polished blackstone. It will be like polished blackstone stairs, polished blackstone blocks, and slabs. And then I'm not 100% positive all of the tables are going to be iron trap doors. Yes, iron trap doors. But it is the plan for at least the counters are going to be iron trap doors. There's probably going to be a wall, maybe two, that are going to be dark oak trapdoors, because I really like the looks of these. Like that. That'll make a pretty awesome wall. And I think that's everything that is going to be going into the build. There'll be some like other little things, like I'm probably going to have some pots, and I'm going to have other things like that for decoration, but this is what the building is going to be built out of. So I'm a little worried because these things are a little scary to work with, but this and this go really well together, and this go really well together, and this go really well together, and this go really well together. So I think it should work really nicely. Anyways, I hope you enjoy the time lapse that is about to start. I'm going to start with filling out the rest of this so that the restaurant will be in between that level and that level. Hopefully third time's a charm. I've already recorded this outro twice, and I end up rambling for 20 some odd minutes. Hope maybe me starting in the nether and showing what I did here will help. So, I have some chests with the stuff here that I plan on just, like this is all I need of that stuff. I made a bunch of changes to my bartering system. One of the chief things is a minecart to deliver the gold to The droppers that deliver gold to all of the zombie piglins, along with a sorting system which sorts out all the items that I can get, including 2 sets of double chests. I plan on filling this out. I will not fill it out to here. That is pointless. There's a dropper up here which spits out all overflow items or anything that doesn't belong, which spit out a bunch of gold ones. Oops. Dropper Vader. Not going to explain how this works because there's lots of tutorials out there on it, and that's not the kind of channel I'm trying to build. But a little bit of delay to keep this bottom one empty. Of course, obviously, apparently, stuff gets stuck in the upper 3. The delay is supposed to help clear that, but it's not 100% perfect, but that's okay. It doesn't have to be. Yeah. I realized, I think one of the reasons why after I built this, I had a couple of zombie piglins spawn and kill me. And I'm not sure where they were spawning. I'm suspecting that they were spawning on top of these chests. Though why there isn't a ton of zombie piglins up there right now might only be because I haven't left this small area. So therefore there's not been an option for them to spawn right there. But I made some changes to this. This cage I want to get rid of after I figure out I've completely finished preventing spawns. But this is AFKable, but that's not the purpose of it. The purpose is that the zombie piglins were stopping way back here, and they weren't coming forward for me to hit them. And so now I can stand right here and just look down and swipe and kill them with my looting 3 sword and get the looting 3 effect. Lots of zombie flesh to get emeralds and lots of gold to barter with. Yeah, it's just it's more effective, and because the trapdoors, they think they can run across, but of course they can't, and they just fall in, and they can't reach me, which is good. I did not put slabs here because I'm scared to put slabs there because then they might be able to get me if I'm standing here, but maybe I could just add a slab there and then they wouldn't be able to get to me again. I don't know. But it's improved the output and made it just so much better. We got a dropper here that's connected to this chest, so it just spits out the swords. I've thought about building in a sorting system, but it would have to be such a huge... There'd have to be like 3 dropper vaders bringing stuff into the sorting... There'd have to be basically 3 separate sorting systems to handle the flow because it's so fast. But yeah, so back to the overworld. So far I'm doing good. I'm at 5 minutes for this outro. Much improved from the last one. Let me go sleep real quick. One of the things I did was build this slime farm. So in the previous outro, I used the goals for Skyblock book to change to fix, move the slime farm over, which this is basically it's not a passive slime farm. I have to go in and I have to kill these. But every time I do, like right now it's not very much because I only came through right there. So if I were to run up and then run back down, this thing, I would get an entire stack of slime blocks from these slime. This golem I got from up here. I just pulled the golem down, lured him down by opening the gate and pushing him out there, and then I went down and I let a slime spawn and come and chase me this way, and then the golem like went after the slime, and then eventually I got him. I got the golem in there and trapped him. So yeah, nothing really to show here. I just added some chests, and I added a couple of little buildings, but I don't want any of this to be permanent. I mean, I kind of decorated the blacksmith areas, but it's only meant to be here for temporary. It might be here for many more episodes because I want to get farther on the village up here, which I need to show. I already showed the wool farm, and I already showed the kelp farm, but what I haven't shown is the tour, because I think I'm replacing the first tour that I did of this, because when I first did it, I thought that I had a time lapse. Screwed up the time lapse on the restaurant. Very disappointed about that. I know I recorded it, but I don't know what happened. It is missing. So I did do a little bit of cleaning out of my replay mod thing, but I thought yeah, the replay of me building this is missing. So you can see it's warped stem, stripped warp stem, and stripped dark oak with blackstone, polished blackstone bricks for the roof, which looks, I mean, it comes together pretty nicely. I haven't done the terraforming yet. I plan on putting some leaves in the ground with lights underneath to provide light instead of torches, so we don't have all this torch spam all over. I think there's still a few of these missing around. Like there's at least one missing there, and there's one missing there, and one missing there. But the goal is that there's going to be one here and one here, all the way around. Oh, I do have what I need to do that, actually. So the goal is for it to look kind of like this. Whoop. So just like that, all the way around the building. And then there'll be, in these areas, there'll be the buried light. There'll be some bushes up against the building, but though I'm doing it like I did the greenhouse, I'm not going to do it to the extent I did in the greenhouse, because the greenhouse is essentially a garden. This is not a garden, though the landscaping should look nice. We got some plants inside. We got a nice little counter here for the host or hostess to seat guests. We got some tables. We got lights underneath carpet, and we got an access into the basement right there. Yeah, a little worried about this right here, but I wasn't sure how else to do this really. Um, so I'm just kind of leaving it like that. And actually, I think this one is different than this one. We need to remove that. Yeah, now they at least look the same from the two corners. Lots of seating for a family restaurant. Nice little wall here separating the kitchen from the dining area. I was going to grab another iron trap door. Make sure I don't have one. I don't. Okay. I should eat. Ooh, that's raw. Oops. As you can see here, I got a nice little automatic smoker system. We can put food in from right here. Got a nice little counter for the cooks to work on. Currently there's no fuel in it because my goal is kelp. I just haven't gotten there yet. The reason why I made this iron trap door was that right there. I should maybe remove that and pull in there too. Anyways, got counter seating and tables and gray wool roof. I double, triple, quadruple checked, make sure nothing in here is spawnable. I've gone away, came back, daytime, nighttime. I am really hoping nothing can spawn in here anymore. Got a little driveway right here. I plan on building a truck, like a cube van or something, that is like it's unloading food for the restaurant. So I've never built a car before, so I've never built, like, the only vehicles I've ever even attempted to build, I think, are bicycles. So that will be a learning curve. But right, so I successfully got through this outro a full 7 minutes faster. Actually, I think it was like 9 minutes faster than my last one. So I hope you enjoyed the video, even though I screwed up and there's no time lapse of me building that. And there is other disappointments, like me getting killed 3 times by Enderman, trying to record outros and whatnot. I should maybe just get a full set of armor that I wear all the time. I have started collecting armor, I'm not wearing it because I keep falling into the void and I don't want to lose it, because every time I start a new build I fall in the void, at least once. So before I start this terraforming, I'm probably going to put a building here, and my goal, I think, in the next episode might be that one. Not sure what that's going to be. I don't know. Thinking maybe, I don't know. I got tons of ideas. Something I want to add to the book is a bakery and a flour mill. Part of me wants to put the flour mill right there because this is kind of an industrial area, it looks like, at the moment. I want to take this down and rebuild this whole thing right here, including this whole thing here, into a modern house, so that I have a place to quote unquote live. But I'm just not sure what my next episode is going to be. I do plan on a bunch of houses. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed the episode. What did I just do? There we go. This was supposed to go in there. Please leave a like if you liked it. Dislike if you feel my not recording the time lapse of the restaurant. Well, just if you think the video is bad enough to warrant a dislike, I understand. It's I'm still learning. I wanted to continue practicing the replay mod, and I guess me not recording is a form of practicing. So subscribe.